Imagine opening your feed and stopping on the first frame. Pauley Perrette in early light. Graphic tee under a tailored jacket, a streak of city wind tugging at her hair. No heavy retouch, no overbuilt set, just daylight, texture, and presence. It doesn't feel posed so much as caught, like the lens pressed pause at the exact second the morning decided to begin. Pictures don't lie, the opener sets the tone. She steps along a quiet side street, still shiny from an overnight rinse, boots soft on the pavement, hands tucked into pockets. A neon sign blinks awake behind her. A bakery door clicks open somewhere off-frame. Sun threads a slim ribbon along her collar, and the whole shot lands without raising its voice. Nothing begs for attention. Everything earns it. Swipe and the world goes studio simple. Black and white, a single stool, and air. Pauley sits half-turned, elbows on knees, expression equal parts warm and wry. A high-key light sketches one side of her face and leaves the rest to shadow. No props, no ornaments. Negative space doing quiet work while presence does the styling. Minimal somehow reads maximal when the subject knows exactly who she is. Next, a rehearsal room with scuffed tape marks, cables coiled like treble clefs, a mic stand waiting. She rolls a shoulder, counts a beat under her breath, and the shutter nabs the breath before sound, the spark that makes the later performance feel inevitable. You don't see choreography. You see readiness, cut to a cafe window. She leans into the glass with a notebook half closed, pen tucked between fingers, eyes angled toward something off-frame. Reflections braid the street into the picture, crosswalk stripes, a bus sighing to a stop, a dog insisting on its route. She smiles to herself, and the image stops being pretty and starts being human. Ordinary turned cinematic because the person inside the frame carries a story that doesn't have to shout. Motion follows. A walk and talk through a mural-lined alley, jacket open, bracelets chiming lightly with each step. The lens tracks while the background softens into tasteful blur, spray paint gradients, brick geometry, a sliver of sky. Hem flips, hair settles, and the shutter lands right as the cadence of her steps syncs with the moment. Stylists save it for proportions done right. One hero layer, two quiet supports, zero clutter. A close-up interrupts the scale. Window light, honest grain, the textures galleries usually erase. A freckle the day remembered, a soft crescent at the corner of her mouth, a flyaway strand that refuses to behave. No porcelain smoothing, no glassy gloss. The frame says what captions try to. Confidence is the best edit. A candid beat most galleries would cut. She's juggling a coffee, a tote, and a stack of pages when one slips. She snags it midair, almost drops the lid, laughs, resets. The camera wobbles a hair. The truth doesn't. That's the save and send shot, the one your group chat forwards with, this. Golden hour finds a rooftop. Wind lifts the lapel of her jacket. Skyline stacks behind her in clean geometry. She steps into the gust instead of bracing. Fabric moves, hair moves, posture holds. A diagonal line runs from her shoulder to the city's edge, graphic and human at once. Editors file it under print this big. Back inside, a minimalist table, scattered proofs, a Sharpie uncapped, a corner of a lyric sheet peeking from under a folder. She marks a note, taps the margin twice, and looks up with the kind of decision you can hear without sound. The image turns intent into design. If these frames paused your scroll, tap like, subscribe for more Truth First galleries, and drop a comment with the moment that hit hardest, the studio calm, the alleyway stride, the rooftop wind, or that final horizon shot that says everything without saying a word.